Euro, and we are back again, and now we're going to be doing probably my character to pick. Honestly, this is going to be the character I'm first playing with, and we're going to be going with Harlowe. Harlowe skill trees are insane in my opinion. This is exactly the type of playstyle I like to do. So let's really get into it. First, we're going to start with the Siege Harlowe, which is pretty much just going to be mostly a cryo build, where we're mostly going to be trying to keeping up our cryo damage and freezing enemies, our entangled enemies taking more cryo damage on top of that, and also being able to slam our enemies to create cryo singularities, which will also then help us with our cryo output to more enemies. We're going to be going all the way down to cold plunge. So whenever Harlowe slams an enemy, it creates a singularity on that enemy, followed up by a cryo explosion. So say we're doing this in a mob, boom, everybody gets cryoed, and that just helps with all of the skills we have in this skill tree. As you can see, I also have two capstones where I also have ground state. So every time Harlowe slams an enemy, it gains increased slam damage radius, and enemies in stasis take decreased damage. So these two skills, these are two skills that you can kind of double into if you ever want to, so you can go into the one or you go into the other. Regardless, I think this is going to be more effective regardless. I think it's just going to be effective regardless. So let's start from the top. We got after triggering or re-triggering an action skill, Harlowe gains increased gun damage. So if we do if we activate our skill multiple times on multiple enemies, we'll just keep getting increased gun damage from it. Then on top of that, we get more elemental damage, status effect, application chance, and cryo effectiveness. So more enemies will be more susceptible to freeze. Then we get a kill skill where killing an entangled enemy automatically entangles another nearby enemy. This is just going to be good to continuously debuff enemies. We have 1 point for whenever Harlowe deals cryo damage, we get action skill cooldown rate. That's just for a little bit of help on that front. Then we got Harlowe deals Harlowe gains increased cryo damage, so that helps as well. Let's go down this side first. So we got a kill skill, which is killing an entangled enemy causes an elemental explosion on all other entangled enemies. That's just insane. Whenever Harlowe deals splash damage to an entangled enemy, she gains a chance to trigger entangled damage share again. That's insane. And then kill skill, killing an entangled enemy restores a portion of Harlowe's action skill duration. So we can slam one enemy, kill them who's entangled, and then that will also keep the other bubbles up as well, which, as we know, if we go into this cold plunge skill, we can just keep going over and over and over again, creating singularity explosions. Or we can just continuously keep doing more slam radius with ground state. And as for the bottom skill, which is Gordian Knot, which I believe is probably the strongest, is a kill skill where Harlowe. So whenever Harlowe kills an entangled enemy, she gains a chance to instantly restore her action skill, and that's 5 points. So what, 35% chance of doing that? That's good. Mind you, we get what, 2 or 3 balls every time we lift one in the air, so that almost 3 times it. Then we got over here, keep ice on it, where all cryo damage Harlowe deals gains life steal, and then if Harlowe is full health, she gains overshield instead. So this just keeps our health up with cryo damage. Then we got a kill skill where we deal increased cryo damage from all sources. And then we have whenever Harlowe deals cryo damage with her action skill, she gains increased chance to freeze that enemy. As you said, we got cold plunge where we're going to be doing a cryo explosion regardless. So we're going to be doing more cryo damage and have a chance to instantly freeze them. And then down here we got triple point. So whenever Harlowe deals non-cryo damage to an entangled enemy, she deals bonus cryo damage to that enemy. And if she does cryo damage to that enemy, they just get increased bonus damage. This is just insane. Okay? This is just crazy. We do got some more points over here in Creative Burst, where we just get more action skill damage. So, boom. Increases the damage on this Cryo Nova. So that's insane. And then we got a little bit more in our elemental damage and our status effect damage. So just pushing that boundary even more for our Siege Harlowe. Next is going to be the Cosmic Brilliance tree. Well, we're mostly going to be going all the way through this entire tree. We got 45 points in this skill tree alone. Literally, so pretty much we're going to be forcing our flux generator to increase the input on cryo damage inside and radiation damage outside. So we're going to go all the way down to Violent Horizons, where Harlowe's flux generator occasionally shoots radiation projectiles at nearby enemies outside of its radius. If these projectiles irradiate an enemy, the flux generator then drags them within its radius. That's insane. And say we re-trigger this, Harlowe creates a singularity that pretty much drags more enemies in and increases the action scale power. So pretty much we will be doing even more damage on top of that. So let's start from the top. Whenever Harlowe applies a status effect to an enemy, she gains a chance to apply that status effect to each entangled target. Come on now. Harlowe gains increased cryo efficiency. Come on now. So if we're doing the cryo damage, then we have a chance to put that onto our other entangled enemies. And then whenever Harlowe freezes an enemy, she receives a whenever Harlowe freezes an enemy, she receives a stack of 0 point. For every stack of 0 point, her action skill duration freezes for a moment. That's great. Go down. As you can see, we also have another capstone. As you can see, we have 2 capstones on this one as well. I'm not really going to be using this one anyways. It's pretty much just going to be able to teleport the flux generator and deal shock damage to enemies. It can also second wind allies and heals allies within the flux generator. So pretty much I could switch this easily to a co-op playthrough, or switch this easily to a co-op style of play. So even on top of that, we got more gun handling the further we are. Wait, no. Harlowe gains increased gun handling, which is further increased with every enemy in her flux generator, which is fine. It's cool just to get down the skill tree. We can swap places with the flux generator. Whenever Harlowe critically hits an enemy, she gains a chance to entangle it and refill a portion of her gun magazine. Come on now. Then we have Harlowe's critical hits with guns deal radiation damage. So not only do we get the cryo damage, we also get the radiation damage on critical hits. Insane. I also have a couple points over here where Harlowe deals increased damage from all sources to entangled targets. Enemies inside of her flux generator takes further increased damage. Come on now. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she gains increased action skill damage, action skill duration, action skill cooldown rate. That's just better in general. We do got 4 points into Creative Burst for more of that action skill damage. for our last skill tree, and I think this is going to be my skill tree to play with. It's going to be the Burst Harlowe playthrough. It's going to be the Burst Harlowe, where we're pretty much just going to be trying to continuously do radiation damage. Status effect damage, blow things up. This is my blow things up build, where we're going to be going all the way down to Demon Core. As Harlowe's unstable energy. As Harlowe's unstable energy pocket travels, it shoots radiation darts at enemies. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy while her action skill is active, automatically irradiate that enemy. So we're pretty much we're pretty much a back burner. We're just a back burner with an action skill. And then on top of that, we also have Containment Breach, which is just going to spawn even more unstable pocket energies after the big one explodes. So just strong on strong. Then we're gonna go back to the top, so we get more of our action skill damage. We get more elemental damage and status effect damage. It's gonna help with our radiation even more. We get an increase in radiation damage. We get increased status effect damage. We get, whenever Harlowe's shield breaks, she deals radiation damage to entangled targets. Harlowe gains overshield equal to the amount of damage. Harlowe gains increased radiation damage and radiate chance. Whenever Harlowe damages an irradiated enemy or an entangled enemy, it shoots a radiation dart at another enemy. So that's just continuously adding more damage to other enemies that aren't even taking damage from us. Harlowe deals bonus radiation damage to entangled targets. Come on now. And then finally we got the Dirty Bomb. Whenever Harlowe irradiates an enemy, it creates a radiation explosion on that enemy. So say I'm hitting it with a freaking ordnance. Say this is a boss and I hit it with an ordnance radiation weapon or whatever the case is, I can do another 40% of that damage as a radiation explosion. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then on top of that, I have 12 points in Cosmic Brilliance, where we're going to have more status effects go to our Entangles. We're going to get more increased gun damage from a radiated target. We're going to get more cryo efficiency. And then on top of that, whenever Harlowe, which I'm sorry, I may have not explained this, but the burst does cryo damage as it passes through enemies. It does cryo damage and then explodes for radiation damage. Yeah, so we get more cryo efficiency, and then we do more radiation damage to an enemy. So if we do radiation damage to an enemy, we gain an action skill damage increase as well. So this also helps with our cryo output. And then over here at Seize the Day, we have more action skill cooldown rate. On top of that, we gain increased elemental damage and status effect damage and cryo effectiveness. So say I shoot this out, it does cryo damage. This skill is going to help us make sure that not only is our cryo being applied to enemies, but can potentially also freeze them with its effectiveness. And then we have our kill skill, so whenever Harlowe kills an entangled target, it automatically entangles another nearby. So this is just going to keep our entangled damage up while also increasing our radiation output. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is the last of the top 3 theory builds for Borderlands 4 before it comes out. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, comment, tell me what you guys think, and tell me what you guys are going to pretty much run your builds on for Harlowe. She has so many options, so many different play styles. It's going to be an insane mess when Borderlands 4 comes out, and every single character can wipe out an entire level of enemies. So subscribe, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace out.